Greetings and welcome to Travel News Weekly by Turnpikes.com for June 15th, 2026. We start with a quick look at gas prices, which continue to fall and are poised to fall below $4 per gallon on average for the first time in over 2 months. Boosted by the potential for a new ceasefire deal in the Middle East, fuel prices fell to $4.07 as of Monday morning, according to the American Automobile Association, which noted this is the third consecutive week of declining gas prices. For truckers and drivers using diesel fuels, the cost of a gallon of diesel has been falling as well, although the national average price as of Monday morning remained well above $5 per gallon, according to the AAA. Meanwhile, a lingering trade spat between the U.S. and Canada may be to blame for the aborted opening of the Gordie Howe International Bridge, which had been slated for a ribbon-cutting ceremony Friday and its first traffic as of Monday this week. That opening was put on hold at the last minute in the middle of last week, with the company that operates the bridge putting out a brief news release from the interim CEO and Chief Legal Officer Chuck Angry. The statement reads in part, "Canada and the United States have agreed to delay the opening of the bridge, taking the necessary time to resolve any outstanding issues. We appreciate the efforts of workers on both sides of the border to get the bridge to its current state of readiness." Now, the BBC reported late last week that Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney hinted at a delay of a few weeks to resolve what had been described as a series of technical aspects by the Prime Minister. In the meantime, there has been no other official statement about the bridge opening. You'll recall President Trump threatened to block the opening of the bridge earlier this year unless the U.S. was given joint ownership and operational control of the bridge, construction of which has been funded entirely by Canada. It was quickly revealed that a member of the family that owns Detroit's Ambassador Bridge had just 1 month earlier made a $1 million donation to MAGA Inc., a Trump super PAC. We will keep you posted of this continuing drama and the politics involved. In case you missed it, Kansas is set to rebuild the Emporia Service Plaza, with the Kansas Turnpike Authority announcing in the past week final selection of the project partners involved in rebuilding that facility. Emporia is a key service area on the Kansas Turnpike, sitting just north of the junction of the Turnpike and I-35, and of course the eponymous town of Emporia. The facility is open at the moment, but the restaurants will be closing July 7 in advance of the demolition activity that will ensue shortly afterward. A completed design of the new service area is not yet ready, but officials did note it will include a single establishment for food and fuel, which will replace the 2 existing buildings currently on site. Gas and restrooms will remain available for those who need to make a brief pit stop at the service area, but again, food services are going to be suspended starting next month and for the duration of the rebuild. They'll keep you updated as new milestones are shared. Traffic will fall tremendously when tolls roll out on the new I-5 bridge connecting Oregon and Washington. At least that's the finding of a Level 3 in-progress traffic study unveiled to a joint meeting of the Oregon and Washington State Transportation Commissions this month. That study found instituting tolls will result in a loss of about a third of traffic crossing the bridge, at least initially, but the remaining traffic would generate sufficient toll revenue to hit a $1.5 billion revenue target set for that bridge. That's enough to help with the cost of building the new toll facility. Costs have mushroomed tremendously since the project was first conceived. The bridge was initially set to cost about $6 billion and would include a light rail extension, but the project cost has risen to $14.4 billion, largely due to the increased cost of materials due to tariffs and other inflationary pressures. Nonetheless, rate setting is continuing for the bridge, including discount toll rates that are being set now, and tolling is expected to begin over the summer of 2028. As the start of July looms, so do regular annual midsummer toll increases. We told you about the Golden Gate Bridge and Indiana Toll Road in our last report, but the system change that could impact many more drivers will be happening in Orlando, where annual toll indexing is set to happen. Orlando's toll roads are operated in large part by the Central Florida Expressway Authority, with the Florida Department of Transportation managing some Plaza facilities in the area, but it is the CFX rates which are about to change. That will impact portions of the Beachline Expressway, the East-West Expressway, as well as State Roads 417 and 429, which comprise the loop around the Orlando metro area. Again, the rates are set to go up on July 1st. We'll have them when they are released. That will wrap things up for this week, but we will return for a holiday news brief next week, which comes over the weekend of Juneteenth this year. Until then, we thank you for joining us once again. Please drive safely and avoid distracted driving. I'm Danny Pryor reporting for Turnpikes.com, the Turnpike Authority.